My name is John Rowan. I'm the National President of Vietnam Veterans of America, and I live in New York City.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for being here with us, John. We're really excited to have you guys.
Oh, my pleasure.
We wanted to talk to you about the importance of the event today. Can you tell me really about the importance of bringing you all, the Vietnam veterans, out for this event?
Well, it's good for all the veterans, whether they're young or old, that they stay in touch with their health issues. Unfortunately, military service, besides the usual things of getting shot at and blown up, unfortunately, because of modern warfare, we tend to get into all sorts of odd exposures. It really goes back to the World War II days from the atomic veterans. They were the first ones, really. But then in the Vietnam War, the use of Agent Orange, and then in the Persian Gulf, all this sarin gas and depleted uranium shells and all kinds of other strange things, still carried over today to the newer veterans. And then, even with the newer veterans, they have strange things going on with shots that they took, anthrax shots, to protect them, ended up hurting some people. So it's a whole combination of odd things that are not normally you would think of as being part of military service. And so it's very good that they stay on top of things and get tested on a regular basis.
Right. And can we talk about the importance of the partnership today? You know, you've got the Washington Redskins, GlaxoSmithKline, Men's Health Network, VVA, and 12 other organizations. What do you think of the partnership?
No, I think partnerships are great. We're really reaching out. We're hoping that all these organizations come together. We need to get the word out as much as we can to all veterans everywhere that they need to continually get checked for their health. I mean, we kind of have this kind of little caution thing. It says, caution, military service may pose long-term health care risks, kind of like they used to have on the cigarette boxes. And it sounds kind of silly, but it's real. It's a real issue. And we find veterans are open to all kinds of strange things. In the Agent Orange era, in the Vietnam era, we're much more likely to get prostate cancer, diabetes, all kinds of other kinds of cancers than our peers. With the Persian Gulf veterans, they have all kinds of neurological problems. Lou Gehrig's disease, they've got a high rate of that comparatively to anybody else. And other kinds of strange things that have cropped up. So given the problems and propensities, especially as veterans get older, some of these diseases then show up later on in life.
Right.
And so especially like even Vietnam veterans, they're coming down with things 40 years after they got out of the war. They don't necessarily figure it happened to them because of their service in Vietnam. But in fact they did, and more, besides the health factors, they're entitled to compensation. The VA has many diseases that are related to service in the military that are automatic compensation and gives them health care access plus income. And sometimes they get so debilitated they really need the income.
Seriously. And I know you mentioned specifically prostate cancer and diabetes.
Right.
Can you talk about the screenings that we're providing today and really the importance of each of the screenings?
Yeah, well, those are really good screenings. I know they're doing blood work here and they're doing cholesterol and blood pressure and all of those things. There's a lot of issues. One of the things, for example, that would really cut across all the wars is post-traumatic stress disorder. Now, one of the things we associate with that is hypertension. Now, the VA hasn't agreed with us on that one yet, but we think they'll come around eventually. That long-term stress causes hypertension and cardiac issues. And so we're trying to fight that, the VA, with that. But it's good that they get tested for that because it may show other kinds of problems.
Agreed. And, you know, with GlaxoSmithKline as our sponsor and really helping to make this event possible today, can you really talk about the importance of them?
Yes, GSK's been really great. They've been helpful for us in a lot of different things. They've helped us do information on Agent Orange pamphlets that we put out and other kinds of programs. They've been very supportive of the veterans' issues, and we look forward to a long continuing relationship with them.
That's great. And, you know, as you look around today, what sense do you get as you look at all the folks here today? It's just an overwhelming response.
Well, I think it's an excellent response. I think it surely shows that there's a concern out there and a need for this stuff. It's nice to see the vets come with their kids, too. And interesting will be, I'd be curious to know how many veterans, particularly the younger ones, are women veterans.
Right.
Which is, you know, another whole area. I know the Men's Health Network worries about men, but the truth is now with the women, especially in the new war, with the younger women, we're finding a lot of them coming down with the TBI issues and all the other problems associated with the new war because there's no safe area. You know, so the women, you know, the old idea that women aren't in combat is a joke.
Right.
I mean, they may not be running around with guns on the front line, but they're exposed to all kinds of explosions, other kinds of gunfire, everything. So.
Right. Oh, we agree on that because it's all about building healthy families and not just men in
right.
You know, isolation, women in isolation.
Right, because and you're right about the family issue because a lot of times coming home with some of these health crises, is going to affect the family when if they come down with a really serious disease later on in life. It impacts the whole family financially, as well as emotionally. And of course, with post-traumatic stress disorder, that's a problem for families, period, because it often leads to domestic abuse and other kinds of problems, or at least makes life difficult for everybody. So it's important they get tested, it's important they find out what's going on, and it's important that they keep an eye on their health.
And how about when you look at organizations like Men's Health Network and you look at the other 12 veteran source organizations, how better can we partner with you? Because it's really,
well, I think we started a really good partnership, and I think the whole idea of working together, and you know, especially with the younger veterans today, it's all the internet and stuff. I mean, and us old dogs, even us old guys. I mean, it's funny. A lot of the Vietnam veterans today, which amazes me, are actually going online all the time and actually doing emails and looking at stuff, and have picked up on the new electronic digital age. And so the idea of using new media is just a wonderful thing.
That's great. Well, thank you, John. It's such a pleasure to be with you today.